Hi, Jen here from Jen Michelle Coaching, and today I want to talk about how to receive from your feminine energy. I get lots and lots of questions and inquiries. How do I be in my feminine energy? How do I receive from my feminine energy? How do I make it authentic? How do I integrate it into my life? So in this video, I really want to focus on how to be receptive and how to receive from your feminine energy. For those of you new to my channel, I would love to invite you to subscribe. I release a video weekly. Feminine energy is openness. It is self-trust. It is surrender. It is beingness. It is living inside the body. And if you're inside the head, being able to just kind of notice it and bring yourself into your body. But it's living in this world with an openness and with a sweetness that lives inside of you that perhaps got covered up because you had to keep up with, the masculine, whether it be in work or whether it be in certain unfoldings or traumas or occurrences in your life. And so I love to look at the feminine energy as a way of just taking off the mask, taking off the armor, and being open to people to draw out the best in them. And knowing that if someone takes advantage of it or if someone doesn't do the right thing by you, that you can handle it, that you can still show up for yourself, but it doesn't have to harden you or leave you in this position where you feel like you can't experience the good things because you're too busy trying to make sure the bad things don't happen. And so it's really accessing a full vibrancy within our lives and being able to experience emotions, knowing that when we can experience all of our emotions, we get to live life with a full spectrum, with full joy, full access, and weather those ups and downs. So it just feels more colorful and more like poetry. Number 2, the feminine energy is appreciative. It doesn't expect something. It doesn't put conditions upon something or obligate another person to do things. So there's nothing more beautiful than giving to an open and receptive energy. It feels amazing. That energy is what makes giving to someone feel as good as getting. And so being able to be in a position where you are appreciative and you look at life and you look at another person and you see all the things they do, and you look at your man, your partner, whatever it is that you're practicing with in your experience, you're looking at these things and you're noticing they don't have to do that. They are actually doing that to make my life better on some level. So how can I recognize that, be in appreciation, and fully receive it? By being in my body, by being in gratitude, by bringing words to it and expressing yourself from this space. But often we put conditions on it, do this or we'll do something along the lines of, if you don't do this, you don't love me. We make it mean certain things, even if we're not saying that, energetically conveying it by kind of closing ourselves off or by hardening or making a sarcastic comment, I expected that, or you've done that before, or any of these things where we're not really showing up in a way that inspires goodwill. So I invite you to notice any tendencies that you have around this. And it doesn't mean we don't call out bad behavior. Quite the contrary. We can speak to something that isn't okay or doesn't feel good, but we're doing this in a way where we're not clamping down and shutting ourselves down. And when there's any gesture that's done for the sake of just making our life enhanced or better, we're really calling it out and we're letting the other person know, I really appreciate that. I recognize that you didn't have to do that. And I want to share what it meant to me, not gushing, but using your words to really honor it and to be specific about it. I had a teacher once for my son tell me that she encourages people never to say good job, because what does good job mean? A child wants to know specifically, what did you like, or what made you think it was a good job? And so I'm very mindful with adults and children to make sure I speak specifically. I really liked this, or this made me feel touched, or this made me feel excited or happy. I'm very deliberate in my words, so that feedback is really received, and it hopefully, and I'm recognizing that I'm putting out something good into the world by being authentic and noticing these little gifts along the way. Number 3, respect. Respect is something I talk a lot about in my videos, but it's one of the most important components of feminine energy, because a masculine energy man needs to feel respected in order to feel loved. And so are you able to respect his leadership? Are you able to honor his vision? Are you able to let go of needing to control and calling all of the shots? So I'll talk to women many times who say they want this. They want someone to lead. They want someone to guide. They don't want to have to do everything. But then when push comes to shove, they struggle to get out of their own way because they're afraid to let go of that sense of control. And so if you want a man to feel respected and loved, it's essential that we show up in a way where we're honoring him and we're letting those best parts of him shine. And maybe that looks like making less decisions when, if he's used to you sort of calling all the shots, or is this okay, does this work for you, maybe just letting go and whatever you think, or I trust you, whatever you think is best. Things like this, where he starts to gain confidence again in his decision-making ability, and he feels successful and like a man around you, like I talk about in so many components of my video. Respect is what restores a dynamic where the feminine energy perhaps got lost within yourself. So I invite you to practice ways of surrendering little decisions and letting him have that leadership, and see how you feel as a result of it. Of course, I always say this is with a good man who you trust. This is not in a toxic dynamic. The feminine energy is only going to feel safe if you are dealing with an emotionally stable, healthy person. Sometimes if the dynamic's really unhealthy, someone will sometimes ask, should I be in my feminine energy? And the answer is no. If it's really unhealthy, your masculine energy is there for a reason, because it's kicking in to protect you. So with all of my videos and all of my work, I am talking about sort of a more healthy dynamic, or a person that isn't physically, emotionally, or toxic in any way. So in practicing these components with a healthy person, I have no doubt that respect will go a very, very long way in drawing out a masculine part of him that will be beautiful, that will allow love to flow, and that will make you feel cherished, adored, and really seen in any stage of love and relationship. And the sky's the limit. You build from here and you create something absolutely magical and beautiful. Love can feel easy. It doesn't have to feel hard, but it starts with you being willing to show up and surrender control and being able to receive. How do you get out of your own way in this sort of sense? If this topic is meaningful to you, please check out my site, jenmichellecoaching.com. I have all kinds of different blog posts on feminine energy and how to access and embody this within yourself. Please sign up for my newsletter, and I actually have a new quiz on my site, What's Your Attraction Style? It has all kinds of insightful information on your strengths as well as your weaknesses in navigating love. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you all soon.